welcome to the Elevated Limits podcast show. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today we have a special guest in the building, man. You know, this is someone that I've known close for 10 years now. This person reminds me a lot of myself. You know, he's focused, he's disciplined, he shows up every day and puts the work in, and he's well on his way to becoming successful. Today we have Rafi Harrington. Yo, dab me up.
Myself a little round of applause. Got the soundboard. You know what I'm saying?
How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
Feeling legendary.
You feeling legendary?
Like to always say, make sure I'm talking to somebody. I'm feeling legendary.
Speak up, young. Speak up.
Let's start it with, because I told you a few seconds ago, I want to start it with some gratitude. So
for sure,
this kind of like a list, but it's in order, but it's not really in order. If that makes sense. So number one, my parents. I want to show love to my parents off the rip.
Shout the parents out.
If it wasn't for them, there's no me. You know what I'm saying? So love them with all my heart. They'll tap in. That's it. Secondly, again, it's not exactly in order, but you. Show gratitude to you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be in a position. You put me in a position to succeed. You put me in a position to have opportunity. So I'm saying I'm grateful for that. Third thing I'll go into is, you know what I'm saying, any of my boys watching, my friends.
Shout out to the guys.
My best friend's mom. You know, that's my second mom. You know what I'm saying? Big sis. Shout out to all of them. They got to tap in now. And then last but not least, you know what I'm saying, I'm not too deep into the faith, but thank God.
Amen.
Take a minute to thank God.
Yeah,
because
man.
Without him, nothing is.
Amen.
So,
what about shout out your friend from Maryland, the one that plays your
That's
childhood?
Big Sis.
That's Big Sis. Okay. I was making sure that I was making sure you shouted her out. So what I want to start with you, Raf, is first, did I pronounce your name right? Did I still do it wrong?
So like everybody that's watching, there's a saying my name. You got to just have that certain like.
Hold on. So how did I said Rafi?
Rafi. It's close.
Rafi.
You can't force it though. It got to be smooth. It got to be like, you know what I'm
Rafi.
saying? We getting better.
Yo, bro, just tell me how am I saying it? How are you telling me to say it?
Rafi. That's better. That's it.
Rafi.
That's it.
So I gotta deepen
like
my
two
voice.
syllables.
I gotta deepen my voice a little bit. Rafi.
Have a little bit of like grit when you say it. You know what I'm saying?
Rafi. Let me stop. All right, let's get right into it, bro. You know, you were born in Newark, New Jersey, raised in Bethlehem, right?
Right.
Kind of talk to me about what it was like growing up and how it shaped you into who you are today.
It was good. It was really good growing up. Go back to my parents. Everything that they taught me, everything that they showed me.
Speaking to the mic. My fault.
You know what I'm saying?
I make sure they hear you.
Let me up it a little bit. But yeah, my parents, they made the kind of set the ground rules for me, made the blueprint, and I was able to follow. I had a great example from mother and father growing up. So it was good. I had fun. I played sports. It was good.
Yeah. So you had a good foundation in the household. Parents always made sure you were straight. I know early on in your childhood, you know, you had to deal with adversity, right? Your father getting sick.
Yeah.
Right? Kind of talk about that time period and how you were able to get through that with your family.
Yeah, so it was adversity with him getting sick and just us. So my parents were born and raised in Newark.
Right.
So they moved to PA. They moved their kids to PA just to get a better opportunity, get us in a better spot so that we didn't have to grow up how they grew up. So they already started off by making the next generation better, but they had no guide. They had no guide to or guideline to stay on track and, do this. So it was really like learning on the fly, trial and error. So a lot of times I'm going to put our business out there a little bit. Like we lived in places and we had to move out quick because rent and things like that. So there was more adversity than just, but there's more adversity added on to my dad being sick. But again, and I'm probably say this a few times, they are the strongest people I know.
Yeah,
and
wow.
I told you before a little bit, if I could even have an ounce of their strength, I'll be okay in this world. So
wow.
Their strength and them, they always found a way for us. They prioritized their kids. They always made a way. Even if it was, they made a lot of sacrifices. They did, it was everything they did, they made a way. So I can only thank them to be able to get through any adversity that we're facing.
That's awesome. So what do you feel like were some of the biggest lessons you learned from your parents? Because they've obviously raised you the right way, Raf. You're 20 years old, but you're mature way beyond your years, and that reflects a lot of what your parents have done, like how they raised you.
Yeah.
So you know, what are some of the biggest takeaways you feel like you've gotten from your parents and what they've instilled in you?
Man, that's a good one. If I could narrow it down to one thing, It's just gonna be on the fly. I would have to say one main thing that they taught me that sticks out more than anything else is probably open-mindedness, positivity.
Your dad is like that.
Super
for sure.
open-minded.
Yeah.
Like I could talk to my parents about anything. And the fact that I was thinking about this the other day, the fact that I'm able to go to them and talk to them about anything, even if it's a tough conversation, it helps me learn for the next steps instead of just going into it myself and being blind and then learn in a worse way. I think just open-mindedness and their strength. I'll go back to that. Their strength. They taught me strength. There's no reason that I can't be strong because they've dealt with way worse than I've dealt with so far. They've dealt with way worse, so there's no reason that I can't exhibit the same amount of strength, or at least try to. So strength, that'll be my answer.
Tough. So that might have already answered my next question, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. You know, we grew up similar, Raf. Like we didn't grow up with much. You know, like our parents didn't have much money. You know, we had to overcome adversity early at an early age. But I'm always interested to know where people get their mindset from. Right, like for instance, I got my mindset from my mother, right, of no excuses, just because she's always instilled that in us at a young age. But for you, again, your parents were in Newark, you know, they were overcoming challenges and stuff. But so what I really want to know is like, why do you think the way you think, right? Because you could have easily made the excuse of I come from this environment, these are my circumstances. You know, I'm just gonna fall into the ordinary of what everyone else is doing.
Right.
But you don't think that way. So why do you think the way you do?
So it's kind of like a few that go into it. I want to remember all of my answers and then kind of keep them short so I'm not rambling. And excuse me, anybody, if I start rambling.
Speak. Talk.
If I start rambling and just talking. But first thing that I say that comes to mind is time. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle. We both rock with Nipsey Hussle a lot.
That's when I knew I liked you, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so when I first took when you first took over, like you started running the classes and stuff like that, and you started playing Nipsey, like, cause that's what I would do before you came in. I would play Nipsey for like the first 30 minutes, and then you started doing it. And I was
your
like,
mind right.
I was like, nah, I really rock with bro. Like, nah, he really, you know what I'm saying? But go ahead. Let me not interrupt you.
One of the things that Nip said was how do kids spell love, and people in general, how do you spell love? It's Time. If that makes sense. If y'all caught that, that's caught it. If you caught it. If you could give your time to somebody, that means more than any materialistic things. That means more than anything else. And I was saying this a couple days ago at the gym, actually. I could count on my one hand, the amount of games that my parents have missed. Both of them. Football, basketball, wrestling matches, no matter what it was. My parents are always there supporting me. So you asked why do I think how I think?
Yeah. Why do you have the mindset you have?
And again, I don't want to go too far off track, but I feel like you are who you listen to. So I think I want to say around the time I was like 16, 17, around there. That was like pandemic time. I was listening to a lot of like motivational stuff.
Right.
Eric Thomas, Neno Torres, or Kevin Torres, Long Live Neno on Instagram. Yeah, that's a crazy shout out. But a lot of guys who are like Ed Milet, you know, Tony Robbins, things like that. You are who you listen to. So just over time listening to people who it made sense to me. It made sense of being focused, kind of staying on track, doing stuff that's gonna benefit you in the long run. Cause you gotta be, I might as be going off track.
Nah, bro,
you gotta be selfish to be selfless.
Go ahead.
It's a bar.
Go ahead.
So I decided once I heard that really hit me. I decided to pour more into myself so then I can help others. Cause if I'm the best version of me, then I can help other people grow and become the best version of themselves. But if I try to pour into somebody else too early, now I'm actually doing worse to them in the long run. So to try to answer your question, to try to answer your question, the reason I think how I think is people that I've listened to, I don't mess with the mic, people that I've listened to, they said good stuff and it made sense to me. My parents always being there for me, and showing me that there's a positive way to think. My dad always said, do more good than bad in this world. Always do more good than bad. You can't control the uncontrollable, but do more good than bad as much as you can. And then my third kind of answer is, honestly, I really don't know. I'll be honest.
You can keep it a stack?
Because I was talking to my second mom about this as well. She asked me the same question because my best friend is similar to how I am. Shout out Kendrick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I don't want to say all
I don't want to go through the whole list of names.
Shout the guys out, man.
Shout out Kendrick. Shout out Jay. Both Jays. Eric, Paulie, Brian, Haj, Isaiah, Ellis.
What's
the
up,
whole,
Haj?
The whole, you know what I'm saying? But, damn, I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, my second mom was saying that I'm similar to my best friend in a lot of ways. And she was like, why did she ask me the same question? Why do you think the way you do? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why certain stuff just, you know what I'm saying?
It's a blessing,
makes
bro.
sense to me. And
it's
then,
a blessing, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're definitely, like I said, mature, way beyond your years.
Appreciate
You're wise. And like, I don't even think you realize how far ahead you are mentally at the age you're at. Right.
Right.
Like, I remember one day we were like sitting in the office and you were like, you know, I don't feel like I'm making progress. I don't feel like I'm making moves to where I want to be. And I'm just like, bro, think about where you were at 18 and where you are now and just see how much strides you made
right.
to get to where you're at. But like, now you got to looking at it from that perspective, Raf. Like, think about what it's going to be like from 20 to 22.
Get OC.
It's about to get crazy. Like, you already know what it's about to be like, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, like, cause I was always fascinated in that. So you did answer my question. You answered it in multiple ways, but you did answer it. I want to ask a more personal question. So, you know, you played football at Becca.
Yeah.
You wore the number 46.
Uh-huh.
You got the number tatted on your back.
Right.
Kind of tell me like what that number means to you.
So that number originates from my uncle. He was murdered in 2019, February 2019. So I always wore number 21 growing up playing football.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even choose that number. My kindred chose that number for me because I wasn't at jersey signups that day. He got 22, I got 21. So it was a cool thing. I just rocked with that number because I liked it coming up.
It's a fire number.
Right. And then after the situation with my uncle, I believe I was freshman year of high school for me. So it was kind of interesting in the fact of you get to pick the jerseys. And everybody plays football knows that varsity picks first and JV guys pick second. So I had the option. I could have got like 25 or something. I think 25 was there. You know, that's like for my position, running back position.
Solid.
Or like DB, linebacker / that. You would wear 25, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Lower numbers, you look more OC on the field.
Yo, can you break down what OC means, bro? My audience isn't, you know what I'm saying? They're not caught up on the lingo on that.
They're not tuned.
We're not tuned into the OC talk. What does that mean?
You know what I'm saying? You get different stuff from everybody. You know what I'm saying? You get different stuff, certain things you watch, certain things you pick up, you might keep with you. OC? OC means out of control.
Okay.
But you got to use the context. So I just put everybody onto a lot of game just now.
Right.
You got to use context. So when I say OC, it could be a positive or negative. It just depends on the context.
Right, and the way you're using it now is in a positive. Like OC, like that number is out of control. Like it's amazing. It's a great number. Because there's 40-year-olds. There's 40-year-olds watching this for, you know what I mean. So you got.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you just got to use context. I mean, use context clues. But it was Jersey Day. Time to pick your numbers. The varsity that picked their numbers. I had the option of 25. I think like 44 was on there. And I saw 46. And at the time, I give myself a lot of respect going back to this because at the time, I was so used to having a number in the 20s. I was so used to, this is my number this number kind of defines me.
Right.
And if I get 46, people might think
you're going to look like a scrub.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it real because in that culture, in that environment, when your number in football matters.
Yeah.
Because if you pick a weird looking number, like people will look at you different.
You can be like, yo, yeah, why?
And that's
why
weird to the
this
people
number?
outside, but in the football world, people know what we're talking about. Like your number, you know what I'm saying?
And that even happened. You're like, yo, why you get this? Why you get this number? I didn't explain it to him at the time because I'm slowly getting out of that shell of like being able to open up more.
Right.
But I also like to be reserved. You know, I'm pretty laid back. Anybody knows I'm pretty laid back. But yeah, if you get a higher number, you're gonna look like you're not one of them. And I'm not saying I was too OC. I'm not saying I was too OC when I played. I was all right. But I got 46, and I give myself a lot of respect because in that decision, I made that decision, and that was big. Because if I could go back, I would have made the same decision to this day. And I got it tatted because I'm gonna keep my uncle with me forever. And it's funny because my mom always says that I'm exactly like him, like my uncle, like personality. We're both laid back, the mannerisms, things like that. So that's why I got a strong connection. And even since I got the tat, I feel like my uncle's always with me. Even in times where I feel like I'm alone the most, I feel like he's with me, guiding me, staying with me. I don't get too deep into it, but I feel I could like his presence is there, and it makes me feel stronger. So that's the meaning behind 46.
Why you got it? Kind of talk about what kind of man was your uncle. I remember you telling me about him a little bit.
Yeah. And even today is a special day. I'm getting too into it, but well, I just say it's his birthday today. It's his birthday, May 10th. So shout out, and it's interesting that because this was scheduled for tomorrow, but for some reason it had to be today.
It
So
had to be
you know what I'm
today.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
It gets OC. You know what I'm saying? But type of man he was, and I go back to strength and sacrifice. My father and my uncle taught me that family, nothing comes before family. You need to provide. You need to be there. You need to be able to do your best to make sure your family is good, no matter what. You come second, family comes first. So his ability to make sacrifices, even at a young age, or his ability to lead me and guide me. So I had my dad and my uncle, and I'm extremely grateful for this because
Good
not
man in your
everybody,
family. It's rare.
blueprint for how to be a man. And they both were able to show me. I had the best examples that I could personally ask for ever. So, yeah, he carried it as a real man and showed me how to do it. A lot of things that I learned, discipline. He was really strong, really strong, for sure.
Dope. So I'm gonna fast forward a little bit then. All right, 2022. You know, I make a post on Instagram, right, saying, "Yo, I'm looking for interns."
Right.
And I remember you DMing me, and you know, based on our previous relationship of me training you as you were a kid and stuff like that, and knowing your work ethic, I already knew. I was like, "Oh, this is a perfect fit," because I already know how you are. But what I want to know is like, kind of what were you thinking at the time when you were making that decision to like, yo, hey, do you still have any open spots available?
Yeah. And again, I want to thank you for betting on an 18-year-old fresh out of high school. We knew each other, yes, but
We didn't know it. We knew
it
was never a personal relationship.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. You're right.
Right. So I think I met you when I was like 12, 13, something like that.
You were probably younger. You were like in 5th grade, I think, because I was 6.
However old you are in 5th grade, 11,
You were
12.
like 10. You were like 10. Yeah,
something.
yeah.
It was something like
You
that.
was young, but you still had
So-
those traps, bro. At 10 years old. That's
You
why
know
you're a
what I'm
mesomorph. Yeah, I know. We're not gonna get into that.
Yeah, y'all know what a mesomorph is. Search it up. But we'll go. We met each other when I was like freaking 10 years old.
Yeah.
And then for you to still, because I could have been a completely different person. So I appreciate you taking that bet,
sure.
taking that risk, betting on me from what you knew previously. But just for anybody watching, imagine you know somebody from 8 years ago, and now you meet them again. You didn't really stay in contact with them. You would say hi, catch up a little bit when you see them every now and then at sports events.
Right.
But outside of that, you didn't really know who they were. So for you to welcome me into your facility, into your business, I appreciate that a lot. But my mindset going into it, I was about to say something. I think I just forgot what I was going to say. But my mindset going into it was, this is what I was going to, let me
Go
back.
ahead.
So it's interesting how certain things that I asked for, I feel like way back in the past started to happen. Like without me even realizing, like, things like that. I talked to a trainer way back. Shout out to Ahmad. I talked to Ahmad a minute
Shout out
ago.
to Ahmad, man.
I talked to him probably when I was like a sophomore, junior in high school, and I was like, yo, how do I get into training? Because I was always like good with attention to detail, or like kind of being an example for workouts and stuff like that.
Right.
Like demonstrate this workout, because I kind of picked it up fast. And I like the training aspect of just working hard, preparing for football, and I kind of started to like the gym a little bit. But it was mainly the training for football aspect until more recently. Now it's the gym. But certain things that I kind of asked for in the past started to come to light as I got older. So I had already asked him before because I was interested when I was probably like 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
And then for that opportunity to come up, because I was supposed to be at the facility earlier in the year, but I was still a senior in high school. I hadn't graduated yet, so I couldn't even come because I was still in school.
Oh, wow.
I think I texted you in like February.
Oh, that's right. You couldn't even
March.
finish because
I couldn't even. So at the time that I was practicing walking the stage, I walked the stage. No, I was at the facility because we were there early morning. Then I went to practice walking the stage.
I remember
then
that.
I graduated. As soon as I graduated, I was already at the facility while I was graduating. So, but my mindset going into it, I was just trying to learn as much as possible. Trying to learn and trying to add as much value as I could. Because I seen it as an opportunity. I didn't see like where things are now and where things could be. I had no idea.
it would turn into what it is now.
I had no idea like where we could, especially now where we could take it. But I didn't know. I just was coming in, trying to get experience, trying to stick in the realm of exercise and helping people. And this is the
Right.
perfect. You can't get any better than this. Exercise, staying healthy, and then helping other people get healthy. Things like that is like that's
Right.
where my passion is. It's just helping people, trying to help you as much as I can, and staying fit. So
Right.
it works out.
Yeah. So that's where it started, right? You were 18, getting ready to walk across stage.
Yeah.
I hired you right before I had to go do the workouts at Freedom. So you had like 2 months of training.
Yeah.
And I threw you right into the fire, bro.
Right
but it's
in the
made
fire.
you into who you are today, right? So now you've been basically with Elevated Limits for almost close to 2 years now.
Yeah.
Right? Coming up this summer. It's about to be 2 years this summer, right? In June?
Is it 2 or 3?
I don't even know.
18,
I don't
18,
even
19.
20.
Wait, no. 18 in June. It was June when I came, so
Yeah.
I was like 18 and a half.
Right.
Maybe like 2.5.
2.5. So,
think so.
let's say like 2.5 years already.
Around there.
You've been helping people transform their lives, kind of just being a positive role model. Talk about what these last 2 years have been like for you, just kind of helping people, helping them grow as people, like just how you started off and what that journey has been like ever since.
Well, like you said, because I came to you, I was like, I feel like I'm not making progress. So again, shout out to Nip. Judge me by my progress. You gotta judge me by my
Yeah,
progress.
for
See where I
sure.
came from point to point. But I keep forgetting what I was gonna say. Judge me by my progress. You said, how do I feel about the last 2 years?
Yeah, like how has the journey been for you? Just like 2 years, you've been training people, transforming people's lives. So
So,
I
yeah.
mean, like how's it been?
It's built beliefs in myself that I didn't know I had. It's built like
Tough.
strong beliefs that I didn't know. Things that I could accomplish or potential that I have that I didn't even know that I have. Because you when you work out, first you help yourself.
Right.
Then you start to learn more. Then you think you can help other people. Then you learn more. I feel like that's kind of like the path of going step by
Right.
step. And then you actually learn how to help people. So there's no other feeling I feel like than helping somebody hit their goal and
Right.
helping somebody lose this amount of weight or gain this amount of weight because you feel good because now they're happy.
Right.
So that's like a
It's the
really
fulfillment.
it really warms the heart. Like, see, not even trying to be cliche or
Nah,
it really
it's real, bro.
It really feels good. And then also just kind of flipping the switch because I was dabbling into, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I got a lot of work to do. I got a lot of improvement to do. But in the field of being focused and having a purpose and staying on track, it's helped me flip the switch and get more in that zone. Because I feel like anybody who's 18, the average 18-year-old is, you know what I'm saying, you really don't have a care in the world. For most people.
The
for most
average
people.
20-year-old
Yeah.
isn't what you're on right now.
For most people, obviously,
Majority.
yeah, just in general. I'm just speaking in general. But for the average 18, 19, 20-year-old, you really probably don't really have a care in the world. You're just going with the flow, kind of. You're just making things are happening. You're reacting, stuff like that. So to be able to kind of step into a world where people are a little bit older than me, they can help me mature faster. I feel like it just helped me get to a certain level faster than I would have if I wasn't. So again, thank you.
Nah, no doubt, bro. No, thank you. And I don't think you realize like how much I needed that at the time when you came on board. And then even till now to this day, like how much you motivate me. Like you think I'm motivating you, I'm helping you, but you help me just as much. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you do something or you accomplish something, Raf, that it turns me up. Meaning like I be wanting to go harder because I'm like, yo, I just seen Raf do this. Like that, it fuels me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And those are the type of people that I like to be around. The people that fuel me, the people that make me want to do better, grow. And that's when I feel like you have the right people around.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you, it's like Jess, it's like Dominica. Like when I have people like around me that fuel me like that, I'm just
Right.
like, okay, like, these are the right people for me. Speaking into like just energy and positivity and all that stuff, we went to GymCon. Right? We
Yeah.
went down to Orlando. So GymCon is ran by this company called Gym Launch, and Gym Launch is a company that helps you reach more people, change more lives, build businesses, and it's a 3-day event. Talk about what that experience was like for you and like kind of what you got away from that.
So that was my first in-person conference.
Tough.
And I had seen like stuff online or like over Zoom, things like that. It's like, oh, this is motivating. But when you actually in person, you feel the energy, you're around people you could relate to, it's a whole different ball game. So biggest thing right now, because we went last week, is trying to keep that motivation, keep that fire. Don't let it die down.
Right.
And like we said, we built a plan for it. I like that they gave us actionable steps.
Right.
Things that you can actually apply right now to improve your business, improve things for the people that are in your business.
Right.
But it was dope. It was a 10 out of 10.
10 out of
Now
10
I haven't been to other conferences to like
but
compare.
listen,
but
that's
for
the first one.
Yeah, and it was some great speakers, people who know what they're talking about. A lot of motivation. With numbers. Again, I won't get too deep. I won't get too deep
I'm not
into
gonna
that.
lie. Ever since we came back, you started snapping, bro. It's been a different.
It was a cool week on the way back. It was a cool week.
I ain't gonna lie,
okay
bro.
week.
You've been wilding out since we got back, bro. And like I said, once I saw you turn up,
Motivated.
I started turning up too.
Yeah.
Because I was like, nah, Rafi is snapping. I was like, why am I? Nah, I gotta turn up because my dog is turning up.
Gotta get OZ.
I feel like the biggest takeaway I got from that conference, just to add into that, Rafi, is like having a higher standard, right? Like sometimes life can make you just kind of go through the motions and kind of just forget that, man, you have the opportunity to do something that's never been done before, to do something that's incredible. And in order to do something incredible, you have to have high standards and just have a lot of energy. Because when you, like, again, routine and doing the same thing over and over again gets mundane.
Yeah.
Right. And when it gets mundane, you get bored. And when you get bored, you kind of like, you lose your fire a little bit. You know what I mean? So I think that going down to that kind of like woke me up again a little bit. You know what I mean? Made me like realize like, nah, man, we got something that we could accomplish that has never been done before, that could change more lives and make more of an impact. So I'm so grateful that we got to go down there and just share that experience. And it was cool going down there because, like, when you travel with people, you get to know them a little bit more. So you were telling me, like, this little stuff more about you. I was like, damn, I never knew that about him. I was like, okay. And we just having more just personal talk. So next year it's in Vegas. So we got to bring the squad out there to Vegas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We got, you know what I'm saying, yeah, step by step. Day by day, month by month, too.
For sure. This year already is special, but it's only getting better and better as the time goes on. So I know every day isn't perfect, right? I know you don't always feel your best, but what I want to know is what keeps you going. Like, what's your why?
My parents.
And when you say your parents, break that down. Like, why are they your why for you?
My mother and my father, because I was saying a little bit before, but they work so hard to provide for me, sacrifice for me. I just want to be able to. And I say this to myself a lot, I want to be able to make them proud for having me as a son, for even bringing me into this world. I want them to be proud that they poured into me, and I want them to get a return on their investment. So that's the biggest why. That's anything it could be a long day. It could be a long day, or it could be a stressful day.
Well, even not to cut you off, Ralph, but talk about what your days were like, dog, because you were working with you were training your buddies even after you were done training at my facility, at our facility, right? So it was like, you get up at, go ahead, tell them what your day was like, because you work long hours.
So a shout out to the guys that were working out at the crib. We don't do it no more, but shout out to the guys that were working out at the crib. Appreciate you guys a lot, and that's another thing that helped me build belief and helped me grow. So I appreciate them, but I take long to get ready in the morning. I take it mad long to get ready. So I got to get up earlier since I take so long. So I usually get up, I probably get up at 4:46. At 46, that number comes back.
Right.
Usually. Get up at 4:46, do my stuff, you know what I'm saying, leave, come to the facility, 6 a.m. class, 7 a.m. This is the last couple months. 6 a.m. class, 7 a.m. class, 8:30 class. Then we do like the background stuff, attendance and everything. I won't go too.
We just work on the business. Work on the business.
Yeah. Then after that, I go to the gym myself with my boys. Probably around like, I want to say 11:30, 12.
Yeah, 12 usually, yeah.
And after that, come home, eat. I take a quick 20, 30 minute. Doze off, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I told you, if I sit down, it's a wrap.
It's over.
So I got to, you know what I'm saying, working on being better with that. And then...
Probably have schoolwork.
Oh, yes, I forgot about schoolwork. I forgot about that.
You're still in school, right?
Schoolwork. I'll do schoolwork and fit it in the time that I can before I come back to the facility at 6. Try to get there like 5:30.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Prepare 6 to 7, run the class. And then 7 to 8, Dominica runs that class. So I'm probably out of there by like 7:15, 7:20. And then on my way, this is when I was doing the later night, 7:45. I run a session at my house. I got some equipment at my house. So 7:45 probably to like 9, 8:45, 9. We finish within an hour,
and
but
then you eat after that. You eat your dinner after that.
and I eat, and again, so it takes me long to get ready in the morning, and it takes me long to wind down at night. I feel like I'm moving fast, but obviously not. So then probably from 9 till about 10, 10:30, because I got a shower. Then like around like 10:30, I'm eating. Probably get to bed 10:45, 11, or around that time. That time, because I'm also bulking up right now. I'm trying to put on size, and it's hard for me to put on size.
You look little. I'm not gonna lie. You gotta keep. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still stronger than you. I didn't say it in the. I was gonna say it in the intro, but like I gotta say it now because you brought it up. Like I'm like definitely way stronger than you. But I'm gonna finish it with this last question, Rob. Any advice you would give to the young adults who come from similar upbringings as you, who feel like there's no way out? Who only look at their environment and their circumstances, and they're like, there's no way I could be Raf, or there's no way I could be successful. Like, what would you say to that individual?
Advice that I would give, and I'm not there yet. So
now you don't realize it, but you're there. You don't realize it, but you're there. Go ahead.
Advice that I would give is to find a why. Find a why, and I got that from me. Shout out Eric Thomas. Find a why, and remember that why. You can write it down. Put it on your phone, because everybody's on their phone for the most part. Find your why. Remember your why. It has to be something that moves you. It can't just be like something that's not going to affect you. It got to be something that really moves you, something that may make you shed tears. And if you can remember your why every day, it's a little bit easier to get up in the morning. It's a little bit easier to do stuff that you don't feel like. So just remember your why.
That's tough. That's great advice, right? Because knowing your why is going to allow you to overcome those challenges and those difficulties when you do face them, because we're all going to face them. That's life, right? Like, there's always going to be a struggle. It's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like, there's going to be some rainy days and some storms.
Yeah.
But in order to keep moving through that, you got to know why you started in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right?
Real quick, also my bad. Shout out to people. Shout out everybody that comes to the gym. Shout out to the Elevate Limits family.
We should give them like is that corny to give like the people who come to our gym a name?
The Elevated Limits family? Or it gotta be more?
It gotta be like it's gotta like have the name in it. You know what I mean? Like, and this is gonna sound so corny. So this is not the name. You can't say like the elevators, because that's so corny, bro. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like Justin Bieber, the Biebers. You know what I mean? But like,
think of a name.
We gotta think of a name. That would be fire. You know what I'm saying? So
think of a name. But you know what I'm saying, y'all gotta stay to the end of the pot. Stay to the end to catch that shout out. But I didn't say in the beginning. Shout out to everybody that comes to the gym, because like I kind of say it. I don't say it too much, but without you guys, there's no us. So I appreciate everybody that's there.
Yeah. I'm glad you're bringing that up. You really in this space of gratitude, and I like it. So I'm going to do the same thing. I appreciate everyone that supports us, that consistently shows up to the gym. And like Rav said, like, you guys think we're helping you, but you're helping us just as much. You know what I mean? And like, just to shout you out real quick, Rav, it's been incredible to see you grow as a person, bro. Like, who you came in as a kid at 18, timid. You didn't really talk to nobody. You were real quiet. You know what I mean? To now, like, you staying after classes to talk to clients a little bit more. You're so much more. You're open at having conversations with just a wide variety of people. Not just like you're cool with everybody. Mm-hmm. It's been cool to see you grow in that way, and just cool to see you grow in business, bro. So, like I said, it's gonna be exciting to see you 2 years from now, what it's gonna look like, and it's gonna be scary, bro.
Yeah, this might be the part one podcast.
It is definitely gonna be part one. It's part one of many, and bro, it's about to get. I don't want to say too much, but we gonna just keep doing. You gotta get. What do you say? Judge me by my progress. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Again, these episodes are gonna be a little bit shorter, just because I want to start fitting more guests in here and start really cranking these episodes. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in on a 2-week basis or whenever I drop. Appreciate the love and support. Continue to subscribe, and we'll be back with more fire. I appreciate you, dog. Dab me up one more time.
Appreciate y'all.
See you guys.
Bye.